Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the two noble kinsmen and we get to hear from the jailer's daughter again today in Act 3, Scene 2, where the entire scene is her monologue. It's an interesting like plot device that she just gets to talk straight to the audience in this space all by herself, and maybe an interesting commentary on where she finds herself as a person, because she's sort of on the outside of this whole love triangle thing that's going on between Arcite, Palamon, and Emilia. Though Emilia doesn't really think that she's in a love triangle. She doesn't think that she would ever love anybody as much as she loved her childhood friend Flavia. So anyway, the jailer's daughter had broken Palamon out of jail, and the last time that we talked to her, she was a little bit miffed that he didn't kiss her or thank her for breaking him out of prison, and she was a little bit confused as to why he didn't actually really want to leave the prison in the first place. But she told him to hang out in this bush because she was going to go get a file to get his shackles off and some food and some clothes and stuff like that and bring it back to him. So she told him, like, hide here in this one specific place. I'm going to go get some stuff and bring it back. Now, in the meantime, Palamon saw Arcite sort of bragging about how good his life has become and sort of threatened him to a duel, but said that he needed the shackles off and some food and a sword in order to be able to do that. So Arcite was like, hang out in these bushes here. I'll go get the stuff after I do all this Mayday stuff that I need to take care of, and then we'll come back and we'll fight over Emilia. So Palamon is still hiding out in the woods, but in a different place in the woods than where the jailer's daughter left him. So the jailer's daughter comes out for Act 3, Scene 2, and she says, "He has mistook. The break I meant is gone after his fancy. 'Tis now well nigh morning. No matter, would it were perpetual night and darkness lord of the world. Hark, 'tis a wolf. In me hath grief slain fear, and but for one thing I care for nothing, and that's Palamon. I reek not if the wolves would jaw me, so he had this file. What if I hollowed for him? I cannot hollow. If I whooped, what then? If he not answered, I should call a wolf and do him but that service. I have heard strange howls this livelong night. Why may it not be? They have made prey of him. He has no weapon. He cannot run. The jangling of his gyves might call fell things to listen, who have in them a sense to know a man unarmed and can smell where resistance is. I'll set it down. He's torn to pieces. They howled many together, and then they feed on him. So much for that. Be bold to ring the bell. How stand I then? All's charred when he is gone. No. No, I lie. My father's to be hanged for his escape. Myself to beg if I prized life so much as to deny my act, but that I would not, should I try death by dozens. I am moped. Food took I none these 2 days. Sipped some water. I have not closed mine eyes, save when my lids scoured off their brine. Alas, dissolve my life. Let not my sense unsettle, lest I should drown, or stab, or hang myself. O state of nature, fail together in me, since thy best props are warped. So which way now? The best way is the next way to a grave. Each errant step beside his torment. Lo, the moon is down, the crickets chirp, the screech owl calls in the dawn. All offices are done, save what I fail in. But the point is this, an end, and that is all. Poor jailer's daughter. So she can't find him, but she's been running around in the woods and she hasn't eaten anything or slept in 2 days because she's been trying to find a file and some food to give to Palamon so he can cut off the shackles and have something to eat. So she's She's exhausted, she's hungry, she's maybe even lost. She's been wandering around in the woods trying to find Palamon again, and she's hearing wolves howling and all that sort of thing. And she convinces herself that the wolves have attacked and eaten him. And she's like, this is awful. And then she remembers she's the one that helped him escape, but her father is likely the one that's going to get punished for it. Her father will likely be hanged for letting Palamon escape from jail, because he's the jailer. It's his responsibility. So now, like, she's gotten her father in trouble, and she thinks that Palamon is dead. And keep in mind, she's in that exhausted, hangry state of mind, and she's like, the best thing now would be just for me to die. Like, that's basically the best thing, is for me to just end, because she doesn't know where to go or what to do or how to proceed with life and things and stuff. And that is Act 3, Scene 2. So nice and cheery that one is, isn't it? It's kind of fun. But yeah, poor jailer's daughter. But we will get to find out what happens to her, what happens to Palamon, what happens in this duel between Palamon and Arcite. Will Amelia actually ever love a man? All these questions are still outstanding. So come on back tomorrow, and we will dig further in and try to find some answers. I'll see you then.